You know, thanks for what you do with your podcast and all the rest. You're doing a great job. Hope everybody keeps tuning in. You get a lot of good info, a lot of insights, understandings of how to get strong, how to stay strong, how to use your strength.
You do a great job, dude. You make things better than they are in real life, I think.
If you don't follow Massenomics, y'all do it. Social media, website, everything.
Massenomics.
Yeah. Just like the idea of like I can say I'm a top 20,000. Yeah, because it has my Wilkson. Yeah, so I was like number 18,000. It's like you are talking to a top 20,000 power lifter right here.
Well, I just, so you know, I happened to finish in the top 80,000 in the CrossFit Open as a 300-pound athlete. So
Elite fitness is not easy to attain.
And apparently unattainable for me. All right, guys. Welcome to this week's episode of the Massenomics podcast. I'm Tyler, and next to me is Tommy.
What's up?
Across the way, as always, is Tanner.
Hey, everyone. How's it going today?
Good
That's
to hear.
awesome. That's really good.
Yeah. I hope everyone sitting around you thought it was weird that you were talking to. We got kind of a pile of stuff to work through today.
All important, too.
It
Easily
is.
the most important. First off is the start of our new segment. Tanner, what have you been putting in your mouth
What's
lately?
in Tanner's mouth?
Turn the lights off, play What's in Tanner's mouth?
It's no longer what's in my sack anymore. It's
We've moved
what
on.
I've been putting in my mouth.
New thrills here.
So, rumor has it, Tanner, you've been putting something new in your mouth lately, and you haven't been eating this.
No.
And you've been keeping it a little on the down low, too.
No, and when I'm done with it, I spit it out.
So let's hear it. What have you been using?
I've been
Tanner?
using a mouth guard, non-contact sport performance mouth guard for training.
So this isn't one of
purposes.
those that looks like a vampire fangs or anything that NFL players have?
Yeah, that way when I grit my teeth, it's like, ooh, that guy's means business. Like, I don't want to mess with him.
pretty serious.
No, it's the New Age brand, which is the one that Brian Shaw is pimping all the time. He's wearing it in all his videos.
And are there other brands out there for this stuff?
I don't know. That's
They're
actually
the
a
only
good
one that I'm
question.
really even aware of,
Yeah.
just because of Brian Shaw.
And in his Instagram videos and stuff, he's always likes make sure to show the video. Of, at the beginning.
The
of him
video
putting
always
it in.
starts with
Yeah.
him putting it in, and it
Yeah.
ends with him taking it out.
I wonder how
Yep.
much they pay him.
I hope he's getting something.
At
decent out
least
of
he's
that.
not paying for the mouth guard.
Free
He's got
mouth
a lot
guards.
of free mouth guards. He never uses the same one. New one for each set.
Let's move back, Tanner. What did the mouth guard cost you?
Well, that's the thing. So I think they're normally $50,
Okay.
which I would not buy a mouth guard for $50.
I would chew on a sock.
So there was another guy at the gym that had been talking about these mouth guards, and he saying how he wanted to get one, and I'm like, I would probably try one sometime. Just I don't know why, just because I've run out of other gym things to buy and try. So I told him I'd be interested, and then like a week later, he said that there was a deal where if you bought two, you got it for the price of one.
Oh.
So I wondered if I
Would buy him one.
Right. And
Keep
if I would buy
another.
two and give him one. But so I got it for $25, which is probably still maybe
A little on
twice
the high
of what I would
side,
want to pay for
But
it.
it's also like
But you're also
25
not playing
bucks.
football
Isn't
in high school where you're not going to have to throw it away in 8 weeks.
Right. So I got it for $25, and you do get to pick your color, and it also comes with a case.
What color did you choose?
Red.
Massenomics
Yeah,
red.
yeah, of course.
Is there a clear or white option? I'd be worried about all my frothy, disgusting drool looking really gross.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually didn't even go on the website because
Yeah,
he, just
people-
went, he bought it, and I just gave him cash for
Gave him $4 and told him I'd buy him a
No,
drink.
actually, I
I'll
just
spot you, man.
we're still
Yeah,
going.
you're
I'm going to
gonna
get him
owe
a
me.
beer sometime.
Yeah, you know, like,
it's-
man, you don't pay anyone with cash.
No,
You
it's
just get them the next time.
I'll get you
yeah.
a beer. Next time we need to order
Next
mouth
time you want
guards.
to go on
yeah,
a thing
it's on me.
together,
Yeah, I got you.
maybe you should go with somebody who's a little more reliable. Yeah.
So I got it, and I've been. Oh, I guess I did have to form it. You know, do the old.
So the same
Same deal.
thing
You
there.
boil
yeah,
it.
same thing.
For
Do it,
people,
put it in
there's
cold
probably
water.
some people that have listened that have never had a mouth guard.
Yeah.
It's a pretty old school technique. Heat up a pot of water, put your mouth guard in until it is almost
For like
kind
30
of
seconds or
yeah, which
something.
gets it pretty gummy. You put it in your mouth, bite down.
Get as much of the boiling hot water off of it as you can before you put it in your fucking mouth.
Yes.
I made that mistake 2 out of the 6 years. I did that.
Yeah. So it had been a while for me doing this, obviously.
Yeah,
I haven't done it
it's-
in 15
Did
years.
you
or
get all
something.
nostalgic?
A little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like, oh,
Like, it's
man.
like, oh, I can't wait for
The cold crack of
camp
pads.
to start.
Yeah.
You know?
And then so you bite down for about, what, 30 seconds or
Something
so?
like that,
and,
yeah.
And then you have this perfectly molded mouth guard?
Yeah, but these mouth guards do not. It's not
Wrap
what you
over
think.
your front
it doesn't.
teeth?
It doesn't. You don't see it in the front. It's just kind of. I would say on each side of your molars, and has a connecting piece that's like behind your.
So
teeth.
does it go in the back then? Does it go up and down? Or
It only goes up just very slightly, and it goes down farther around your teeth.
Okay.
But it is like they say non-con. It's
Yeah,
not actually
yeah.
supposed to be
Just to
protecting
give
your
you
teeth against
something to
anything.
put
I think
power
so. Yeah.
into.
To be able to bite onto. So I've been wearing it for my heavier sets of all my main squat, deadlifting, all
Your
that stuff.
135s, your 185s.
and did you feel like were you a person that would like grit down on your teeth hard before? Or were you not even
Not
really
necessarily. Every once in a while, I've bit my tongue or mashed my teeth in a funny, really, really uncomfortable way. So I thought maybe it would help with that, but that's so rare that it's not. No, I have no concern
I actually
of that
never.
prior.
Now that I think about it, I don't think I ever even closed my teeth together.
see,
when
and
I
I can't
lift,
think
which
of-
I think is probably would be best to be able to have something to bite down on. I think it's just one more.
I honestly am. My brain's like freaking out because I don't know what I do with my teeth
Now
when
you're
I lift.
probably thinking
I
about
know
it
how
next
my
time.
cheeks go every time, like they're
What do
really
I do with
full
my
and
hands?
puffed. But what do I do with it? But yeah, I don't know what I do with my teeth.
So my first impression is, it's the best training tool I've ever had. My squats went up 100 and some pounds. My deadlift,
Overnight.
I'm deadlifting 900 pounds now, and nothing hurts anymore.
Exactly.
Brought
That's
to you
what
by New Age mouth guards.
But no, one thing is I do have pretty bad TMJ, and my mouth guard in football always
Hold on, what is that?
Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
your jaw
Yeah.
is the mandible joint. So that's
Okay.
the MJ and T. I don't know what that stands for, but like
Oh,
Shit cracks.
I don't know if anyone can hear
Yeah,
that, but
yeah, I hear it.
my
joint pops
does
there,
that,
basically?
and like
a
sometimes
snake swallowing
yeah,
a fucking rabbit.
like to open my mouth far as
Yeah.
it's difficult because it like locks and clicks like that, and
Yeah.
sometimes if it gets out of whack, it's really like I can't open my mouth far like that, and the mouth guard aggravates it a little bit.
Just
I
having
suppose it's a
to
different
put it in
leverage
there.
point.
Yeah, like when I take it out, like the first day when I
It's
wore
the
it.
taking in and out is what aggravates it,
Well,
or
it's when I took it out after wearing it for a long time.
you're
I took it
biting
out
down
and I
so
was
hard.
like, I couldn't open. I was like, oh, my
Yeah.
my jaw's stuck. But people actually for TMJ they wear mouth guards as part of like when you sleep as
treatment.
part of a treatment for it. So maybe it could be helping it. I don't know, but it's
Squat's
definitely
gone up 100 pounds. Fucking jaws.
jaw.
Getting
So what do
better,
they-
TMJ
maybe.
went away.
Now with this, and I don't know a ton about mouth guard. Like you are starting to see them in all sports way more than
Yeah.
10 years ago. Are they trying to like? Because I had heard things with mouth guards about like proper jaw alignment helps like with your sports performance and things like. Are they trying to market it that way
Yeah,
at all?
that's what the package is all about. How this like will increase performance by X%, and all these studies and everything like that. And apparently there are studies that support it, but I believe you can find studies that will support
Anything.
whatever you
Right,
want
yeah.
to do.
Yep.
But I don't know. Honestly, my opinion after a couple weeks is it. Of course, it hasn't. Nothing's any different. I don't know. Like
Do you
I'm still
feel
wearing it.
Like
It's
you
not-
can be tighter.
I don't know. I kind of I like having it. I don't know.
I would think it's just one more cue
Yeah.
to be tight.
Yeah.
As in you're tight from the neck to the shoulders to the traps by just biting.
Right.
And I think that for me, you know what I mean? Like if you had anything else, you know what I mean? If you had a person standing there threatening to punch you in the stomach when you're about to deadlift, you'd be
Yeah.
fucking tighter too. And that
Yeah.
would probably be a net positive.
I've seen a lot of people in
You know what I mean? As
Yeah,
far as like,
no,
fuck,
I-
all right, don't
yeah.
fucking do it. I'm
Yeah.
not, and like,
I feel like I've seen a lot of people in strongman wearing them. Even this last
that's where I've
strongman
noticed it the most,
competition
too.
I did in Rapid City. There was a lot of people wearing.
there was a
mouth
lot
guards.
at nationals.
Yeah,
too.
I bet. Yeah, and
My wife uses one now.
okay.
Yeah.
Does she have that, or does she have just
I
like
think
a
it
regular?
I think it actually is that.
Yeah.
It might be that.
And I don't know. It's not bad. It's I don't know. It's not making me weaker.
Yeah. Or fatter.
Yeah. So
I got this
guess
mouth
that's
guard.
good.
It made me fat.
I hate it. Sanitary issues. It does.
You gotta wash it.
Well, that's when I get done with it, I just rinse it off, and it does come in a little case that has air holes in it, so I just hang it up, and I don't know.
Does it
That's-
start to taste like your locker ever?
No, it just reminds you of football, though. Like when
you're like well,
kind
first
of
one you're like, huh. Yeah. The smart thing to do would be to rinse it before you put it in your mouth, but you don't do that.
Because it's the dry mouth guard, like where it's kind of white. Like
it's like frothy.
The
froth.
And it takes a little working around to get worked back in for the day.
We're good. Yeah.
So I'm not telling, if you don't have $25 to spare, this is not where I would spend your $25.
But if you are gonna spend money on a thing for lifting, like it's probably not like a waste of money.
No,
but you would recommend finding a friend when they have a deal.
Yes. Okay. I would not spend. I mean, literally, I would not have spent $50, but I was willing to give it a go on 25. So that would be my suggestion. I would try to get a deal on it and don't spend $50.
Yeah.
Wow, what a fair and honest review.
Yeah.
I like that.
But
I mean, I feel like you should have hard sold a little better. Maybe we could retroactively get them to pay us.
I mean, if they're gonna pay us, I will change my mind on that for sure. But
the dopest fucking accessory.
I was actually thinking about that though, and like, what would a mouth guard have to do for you to be like
that's
that?
The real question.
But, you know,
where would a mouth guard come in that's you're gonna go, guys? you're gonna come in here, and as soon as we bring up the mouth guard,
changes everything.
Yeah. Like, honestly, what training tool or accessory would it have been, Tanner?
Like a belt for the first time.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, I guess.
But we would come in and we would say, Tanner, I heard you're trying this new thing, and you go, oh
Jeez.
shit!
I cannot believe we've all gone this long without using
I am
this.
telling you.
Yeah. So all in all, it's probably as good of a review as I could have for a $25 product like that. I'd say.
Have you guys tried wearing shoes? Like during the day. That is good. What were we going to move on to here?
Well, the next thing, because we're talking about breaking records with our new mouth guards and everything.
Oh yeah.
Sweet segue, Tom. Good one. Better than my. What the fuck are we going to do?
Yeah. Next. So something I ran across here. I had seen this brought up a few times. I'd never really looked into it, and it sounds like this project is at a point where they're getting pretty happy with it now. And it is openpowerlifting.org, and I can tell you firsthand that I've experienced issues with trying to run across powerlifting records. I know for a fact that the USAPL and IPF have both gotten a lot better as far as actually keeping a database and standardized records for everything, but that is only one section of the powerlifting world, and a lot of times having to track down anyone's records outside of that get to be nearly impossible. And when it comes to powerlifting being viewed as a legit sport, it kind of sucks when you can't really find a spot where this stuff exists. And I know right now you can probably hop on Powerlifting Watch, and they're probably still kind of considered the main central authority or hub on this, but they're not really using a modern database system.
And you have to pay.
And you have to pay, which is also a barrier for most people. Most people like powerlifting, but they don't like it enough to want to pay to look up records.
Well, I mean, also, like, under no circumstances, you don't even win money when you win a competition. Like, we're not going to pay to look at who won the competition. So I do like that this is free. And while I cannot fucking imagine the amount of work that would go into not only the work, but the worst kind of work. Yeah.
Just
because this
straight
isn't
up
like you can like powerlifting, but if you want to enter this amount of fucking data,
they have on the top of their website. It says 367,536 entries
from
pretty cool.
8,153 meets.
And to give it a quick test,
updated today too. So.
Yeah, and to give it a quick test, I threw my last name in the search box, and it found.
Let's check them out,
Mr. O'Hawk.
Let's see.
DeFay.
Right,
Thomas DeFay.
Right there.
21,723. That's male and female, based solely upon Wilks.
And so that's the other thing is right across the top, you have a lot of filters right away, which is the thing they do great. So they have
weight
by
classes,
default, by default they have raw, wraps, single, multiply, all weight classes, all federations, all years, men, women, and a really handy feature because we are American here and we don't speak in that kilo talk. They let you view it in kilos or pounds, so you don't have to start doing math for every single record you ever want to look up.
There's Ryan,
but
he's lower than you.
Well, I don't know where did Tommy go though. Now that there you were.
Also, just found the next. This just looking at this is really nice.
Yeah,
like, versus the way powerlifting watches.
And the other cool thing is when you go for weight classes, when you click on all classes, it gives you the IPF sorting of weights, and then I think they call it traditional, which is, like your 205 pound, your 220, all of that. But there's a lot there, and
God, there is a lot.
There is right away, and then you can click on the top of any class of any record, and it'll just sort by that record. So, like for example, I turned it on to men only.
18,690 in men only.
What about in 231 men only? Can you do that?
You can if you go to all classes.
And can you take away what if you go away from wraps?
Yep, and you can take away wraps too. So
IPF,
go down to IPF and then go down to 205.
205.
Yep. Oh no, it's by pounds there, so 231.
Dicks.
So is only one of your meets that you've done in here? Do you know?
No,
or-
two of my meets are in here when you click on my name, which I've done 3 USAPL meets, and in the USAPL database, I believe it only has 2 of mine in there. It might have 3, but
Raw with wraps, or you just raw?
Yeah.
it
What
was
if you
just
take
raw.
away wraps? It'll be even higher then too.
Let's see what's happening with Mr. O'Hawk.
look at that.
2,676.
Top
So
3,000, baby.
The trick here is you
to
sort
get
it down
well,
enough.
and you're also in all feds. Take me on all feds.
Yeah. Go IPF or USAPL even if that's United States.
USAPL right there.
2014 plus.
Yep. Let's watch this number jump.
Mr. Thomas DeFay.
Top 1,000. 900.
Woo! You're looking at a top 1,000
Triple
USAPL lifter
fucking
here.
figures.
Nice.
And
I like
that
it.
just goes to prove in powerlifting, anyone can be good if you get specific
How
enough.
do we
that's
make
by
you?
Wi- that's
how do
by
we make
Wilks.
you a champ? Is there some sort? Is there some
Yeah,
sort of like?
that's sorting by Wilks too.
What about hair length?
Well, I'm just going to assume I'm in top 10 once we figure that Wilks against hair length for men at that weight in the USAPL.
It's pretty good. This is
I
pretty good,
really
though.
like this though.
It is-
because one of the problems we've talked about so much with powerlifting as a sport is the lack of continuity across federations. In that there is no, it's very difficult to just have like a continuous powerlifting thing.
Yep.
Because none of the fucking records matter. The weight classes are a mess.
The weigh-in system is different.
Yeah,
The
so this way,
classification
at
of
least you
raw
have
is
one
different.
resource to go through. You maybe aren't comparing apples to apples, but it's all in the same fucking place. So you
Yeah.
can kind of pull all your data from the same source,
Yep.
which makes it. Imagine if this type of thing didn't exist.
Oh, before this, we would never
No.
ever been able to
Well,
find
no,
this.
before this, we would say Tommy is at least in the top 200.
Yeah. Now someone can prove that wrong. And then a bonus thing, just in my opinion, a really smart thing to show how forward thinking these guys are and just being like, yeah, we're in modern times, is you can link your Instagram account to any of these so that when your name is with it, they'll put your Instagram handle with it too so people can find you. So if you go to any of the big name guys, like if you're in the top rankings, they have the little Instagram icon next to all of them so you can find their page, which is really handy because most people that are competitive lifters are regularly posting on Instagram, and it's cool to see how they're training.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And here's a fun one too. Just click, or Tyler, just click on the open.
There also is all feds.
Yeah,
all
and then drug tested.
feds,
And
which is
they-
actually kind of a nice way to,
Yeah.
instead of having to sort through, well, do they do this? Do they do this? It's
Yeah.
like, all right, no. Drug tested, none.
And under their frequently asked questions, they said just because you might be drug free doesn't mean it's a drug tested record. Like if that federation
Or-
doesn't do
yeah.
drug testing, it's not considered a drug tested
Yeah.
record.
And also, what was the other thing I saw somebody had said the other day too? There's like,
Yeah.
just because it's drug tested
Cohn and
does not
Yeah.
mean
Really
it's drug
Hawk and-
free.
yeah, right.
It just
yeah.
means you passed a drug test.
Yeah. This looks really user friendly.
It is. So yeah, and it really is. So let's go. Can we take it back to the top there? And
Oh, there's the Instagram. All the Instagram.
Yep. So all the
tags.
Instagram handles, and like for example, just click on deadlift on the far right there, and it'll just show you. It should sort it right away, right
yeah.
there. So we have the biggest deadlifts
Benedict
of all
Magnuson.
time in a powerlifting meet.
Still.
And so Benedict, that was a deadlift only meet. Yuri Belkin's in second, but it was really cool because this was pretty hard to find until just today when I looked at this. I wouldn't have been able to come up with that list.
Yeah. This is a resource that we've done certain articles and things in the past.
You know how
That this
nice
would
it
be
would be?
valuable.
Oh
you know?
yeah, it would have been really helpful.
The other thing that's very valuable here is years.
Yeah.
Meaning you can look back
Yeah.
at this year's biggest
Yeah.
deadlifts,
Yeah.
this year's biggest.
Yeah.
For us who don't do anything but
Just look
tout
at
other
numbers.
people's things.
Yeah. this is really cool though.
And I was
pretty
also
impressed by
surprised
this.
the biggest Wilks of all time. I I knew it was Zahir, but to see what it is when you click on Wilt, he's at like a 639 or something.
And is like a ways ahead. Where did I lose him? Oh, Raps. That's why.
Yep. So, Zahir, 639.95.
633.
633, yeah.
But he is 4.5 full points.
It's
ahead
crazy
of
that
Yuri Belkin.
Yuri didn't beat that.
That he's that high.
Yeah.
And then, we can see our good buddy Dan Bell has number 16 on the highest Wilks of all time.
Nice.
Go back and listen to episode 51 if you want to hear a talk with him. I actually talked to someone this weekend. They said they listened to our episode of our interview with Dan Bell, and that's one of their favorite podcast episodes of all time.
Dan Efferding, 7th.
Stan Efferding, also friend of the podcast. Ray Williams, friend of the podcast. Dan Green, friend of the podcast. Joe Sullivan, wearer of the Weekend Warrior shirt.
Yep.
Eric Lillybridge's dad and brother. We talked
Friend
to
of the
one time.
Not to name drop, but we've talked to some of these
said
people.
Josh
we're
Morris.
these people.
Yeah. J-Mo, wearer of the Weekend Warrior shirt.
Brandon Allen. I talked to him a couple weeks
Chad
ago.
Smith, friend of the podcast. Me and him go back.
Brandon Allen, actually, we have a soft approval to be on the podcast next time we go to Vegas, actually. We have a full soft committal for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're just
Chris
crawling through.
Bridgeford, friend of the podcast.
Yeah, no big deal. Ernie Jr.
Rob
friend of
Hall,
the
wearer of
podcast.
the Weekend Warrior shirt.
Chris Duffin, slow sender of barbells.
Update.
Did they get here? What are we
Update on
talking?
the bars. This would be the third week that this has been on the podcast, but emailed back and forth a little bit again because I was pretty curious about these bars.
By curious, he means about
Mad.
to lose his shit.
Where
Yeah.
they're forging this metal for him.
And
Like, did I have to buy the tools that are making this barbell?
they're nice enough to email me back when I emailed them again to check on, because a week ago they said that they'd be out within a week, and I waited that full week before I responded back, and every day that I got closer, I was like, they're not going to have them out by that week. It was like making me mad that they told me the week, and then every day that it gets closer to that not being true.
And you also can't blow them up about it until the full week is passed.
right.
That's the thing that pisses me off the most.
You have to patiently wait.
If I buy a thing that has basically no value to me generally, and I find out that it's from China or something like that on Amazon, and so it's too late though. You've already done it, and you don't realize that, shipping on this is between 4 and 8 weeks. And then you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And you've already done it, and the problem is you can't do anything about it until literally 8 weeks has passed.
Yeah.
Which meant there's been 2 separate occasions with products like that. I've bought them, and after 8 weeks, they did not come. And then I responded to no response, sent it to Amazon, and they're like, we'll just give you your money back. But the things never came.
I want that 2 months of my life back.
Well, I'm also kind of like, right, it was never expensive, but let's just say it's like $20.
Yeah.
Like, do they just do that like 100,000 times over?
And
invest that money for 8 weeks in something that hopefully is just going to trend up just a little bit, and then eat the refund? And they just like, is that how that works? I don't think that's what Duffin's doing.
No.
But
No,
anytime,
I know that it's not.
anytime there's like they softball like we'll get it out in 7 days. That's 7 days where you can't complain yet.
You're right.
You're not going to email 6 days in. You're going to
Right.
wait 7, and then you're going to message them again. And how did that?
So-
go?
so what did they
It's
tell you then?
It was the nickel plating process, I guess, that they've been behind on, and it was the big order volume for the sale that I
So they were
purchased
selling
it
bars
on.
that hadn't existed yet.
Oh,
basically.
yes,
Yeah.
definitely. And so they told me the Buffalo bar would be at least be on the way earlier, and that it would be on the way by tomorrow. On the drive over here, I got the email that at least got like a shipping label. So the
So
Buffalo
it'll be out
bar,
there building
Making
tomorrow.
progress.
and the Power Bar TBD. Maybe next week there'll be an update on.
There's no sort of financial compensation
No,
that comes from
no
a delay
mention
like
of
that.
like.
We'll even give you $20 off your next order.
No, nothing yet. I was
Because you
I
have
was
a
being
podcast,
very
you can
nice.
complain about it to 20,000 people.
I was being very nice.
I guess
not being
we
rude
also
about it.
kind of know the drill with trying to ship things out
Right,
and such. But
right. But so, long story short, no, we haven't got
still
them
not
yet.
the longest we've waited on bars.
Nope. Still got 5 months to go.
But yeah, open powerlifting though.
Open powerlifting.
If you want to geek out on things, I definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun.
It looks like they put a ton of fucking effort into this. The other thing that would be interesting, this stuff isn't cheap to probably make either, but this would be the simplest thing to do. Would be an app would be dope for this.
That would be really cool.
Like
yeah.
a simple app, because this really is just like you said, just a live spreadsheet.
It is, yep.
That like, man, that'd be a good app to have instead of going to it, having to rifle it on your browser. Like just to be able to, it would be a dope app. So hopefully that's if they needed money. That if I was them and I got money for this, that's what I'd put the next thing into.
Yeah.
Because this would be a thing. You can get a lot of people clicking through and
Yeah, and I'm sure someone could, if you started to really dig into the data, could probably find some really cool trends through here now that it's all compiled into one spot, you know?
kinda
And
like-
with such a massive sample size, too.
Well, it's kind of like if you watch. Yeah, I don't watch this, but do you ever like stumble across like a baseball game where there's nothing to actually talk about when a baseball game is going on, but the statistics that they have access to are fucking crazy. So
Yeah,
they'll
it's
be
like, who is so bored that they're thinking of these
well,
ideas?
that's the deal. It's like, in the last 3 years of his career, he is batting 136 on Tuesdays when it's overcast.
Yeah.
What? Like where does the
Like,
weather?
that's been captured?
Like so,
Yeah.
people went through every date and every location, and then aggregated the weather. In that case, and if you want to know what's difficult, I've actually done this to try to retroactively, like if I'm going on a vacation, because what was the weather like in Cancun last year during this month? Try to look at what the weather was like somewhere in the past. It's fucking impossible. Like it's actually that's
Yeah.
a super really hard thing to find. But in baseball, they're like, when it's when
they
it's
know
when
all
it's
the-
below 50 degrees, this pitcher is money, and it's like, how the fuck is that attached? Like, is that tagged in every single statistic?
It's in there
that's out
somewhere.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
How much do you think they're, it says 8,153 meets. What percentage do you think they're catching here with these 367,000 entries?
When you say,
I mean, like how many? Oh, so this is since 2014. Do you think they've got like 90-some% of the meets that have went on
I don't,
since then?
well,
or-
they're very open into saying, like, as soon as a meet's done, if you're the meet director, send us your information. Like they want you to send this stuff in. They're obviously looking. I'm sure they're tying into the USAPL database or the IPF database somehow, and that's probably a little more automated. But a lot of these meets, I don't know. I don't think a lot of these federations are very standardized, and so it probably is a challenge just tracking some of that stuff down.
Is there any APF ones on there?
I
That's
think
another
so.
common meet that
yeah,
we do in
if
South
you go to all
Dakota.
feds, I'm pretty sure it's in there.
Yep, Asian Powerlifting Federation.
United States
about right.
APF, American
APF.
Powerlifting Federation. What was the note behind it? Need help?
Is that what it was? Help needed.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that is cool too. They have things marked as incomplete or things missing.
yeah.
So
it's a work in progress, no doubt. Then, right?
yeah, it is, and it's out. Anytime you're keeping track of a database of something that's happening every day, that's going to be a living, breathing project.
Right.
277, Tanner.
By APF only. Oh,
Look
see,
at
that's my
that.
last year's when I bet I didn't.
Well, click on Tanner's name.
didn't
It should give us
bench.
full meet history. But
What
you've
would
only
you-
done one APF meet though, haven't you?
I've done 2. My other one would be better because I had a real bench. My deadlift would be lower.
Not a fake one.
real
Right.
My dungeon connection is probably not a deal.
There, that
State
one's-
powerlifting champion.
Well,
Oh,
you
see.
had a 412 Wilkes in the USAPL.
USAPL March of last year.
So I've done 4 meets, so 50% of the ones I've done are in here. So that's not bad.
And,
it's
but
just
my
gonna
best
pull up
isn't
this
in
meet,
here.
isn't it?
oh, it isn't
No, my best wouldn't be in here.
the APF one with
yeah,
Rat.
the APF. The first APF meet that I did would be my best Wilkes, I'm
Yep.
pretty sure.
Well, maybe you could be that guy to help them push that stuff
They did
in.
say help needed.
Yeah,
So.
that they're looking for a good Samaritan. Well, you know what?
That's-
Maybe we have some people listening to this that are maybe in
your
charge
weight
of
class is
meets
off.
or somewhere.
They had you at 308 too.
Well, would you have been up for that one or not?
So what one is that? Yeah, that one I am because that one's 264 is the top.
That's the one you rolled in heavy last year.
Well, that's because that one's so that's the USAPL one,
Yeah,
right?
And you were rocking like 285.
Or wait.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, APF.
Yeah, that's AP. Yeah, that one I was in the 308 weight class. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But yeah, someone out there is a major geek. Do some analysis on this, and maybe we'll find out that you're 10 times more likely to break a world record in Russia because it says where it happened too.
Yep.
So you could probably find some really cool trends of in this country weights are way more likely to be broken, or world records are held by people between the ages of 28 and 32. I mean, there's probably some really cool stuff you can find in here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty
It's
cool.
pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I like
I
it.
like it.
I like it a lot. Speaking of super cool things happening in the world of strength sports that are making it more easy to access for the rest of the world.
Oh, what could this be?
Fucking segue, guys. It's a segue.
It's not just a thing mall cops ride anymore.
Oh, no.
Nope.
So,
That's for the rest of us.
Rogue is sponsoring World's Strongest Man. Any idea, is that a long-term agreement or is that this year?
I don't know how long it is. You would assume that it's probably going
I
to be
can't
something.
imagine.
That immediately, without me, because I didn't know about this until you guys said it. That immediately in my head registers as a win for everyone.
Yeah.
Is that?
That's what I would say.
How could
Literally
it not
everyone, the fans, the
Yeah, and also for Rogue, because simply now if Rogue does it right, now they can start to standardize equipment, which is a big fucking issue in strongman. Is equipment's all over the place.
But see, a lot of strongman look at that as a negative, though.
Yes, that also is true. But for the sake of competitiveness,
right.
the more cohesive things are across the board, the better.
That's one thing I've heard as people saying as
that
a negative,
Husafel
though.
should probably have the same depth, and you know what I mean? Like some of those things.
Right.
It does suck. The sport is supposed to be odd objects.
Right. So that's like on Cale Beck, and I've heard like that's the negative that they say is that it will be standardized objects so that it is.
But like, was it
the
a
one
big
side of it
deal
I can
in
see.
basketball when like all of a sudden like they had to use the same basketball for every game? Like
What I
just
see-
would think that like yeah, I get it. You should be able to shoot any round bouncy thing that's the same size, but like now we have this one, so from game to game, it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Because it is a competition, and I would say at least at the top level, it should be important that you'd be comparing apples to apples.
Well, I think the biggest benefit to it would be with Rogue getting more into it. That should, and it kind of is happening already, but make the stuff more accessible because a lot of the stuff is not easy to come by.
Yeah.
And for someone that wants to get into it, it's like you better know someone that knows a guy that's maybe somewhere in Texas or on one of the coasts, and like if you talk to him, he can make it for you, and it probably is going to cost a lot, and it might take a couple months to ship here, and so like maybe Rogue getting into it, like maybe they'll start making the stuff more accessible, and then Titan will piggyback off of that and also
They'll
make it more
copy
accessible.
Every single thing that they do, they'll copy.
And because it's Rogue, there's without a doubt going to be more eyes on it.
Well,
like
and-
that is we talk about this all the time on here. Is World's Strongest Man sucks at promoting themselves.
That's
They're
the biggest
so
win,
bad
I
at
think.
it.
Their video
And
the
who
coverage that they're going to have.
Who in the strength world knows how to make things look cooler than Rogue? I don't know.
exactly.
I don't know if there's anyone out there.
Maybe Massenomics.com.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
we're just a
wash.
whole nother field of that. It's
Yeah, I mean when you're swimming in money, like we are.
production budgets
Rogue
are.
can't hang.
What's a budget, right?
What is a budget?
No, but seriously, what is a budget?
What is a budget? That was my first question when we started. Tanner starts bringing out spreadsheets, and I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Why you got to bring a budget into this whole thing?" Tanner? I thought we were just spending money. But no, I think it's good. Like that, my angle is I do think that standardizing equipment it's important for the actual like competitive. You know how it is at competitions. A lot of times you don't even fucking know what anything's gonna actually weigh,
Right.
which is a problem when you're trying to find the strongest person in the world, and you're harvesting them from everywhere else. Like how does this person rate compared to this person? You don't even fucking know if he was lifting 500 pounds when it said 500 pounds. It's just not.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense that way.
I'm
I
excited
think
to
it's
see
good.
the footage from it because there's actually going to be things like, whoa, that was cool. Instead of like,
Could
wow,
Rogue
that's terrible.
Actually, if I was them too, I would sponsor and put out the fucking live stream.
I hope they do something
I
like
know.
that.
You know, and
Or at the very least, just maybe even release the full thing a week or two
that's
after.
the thing.
like,
I think if they put out a live stream, which a live stream of any event like that, it's no different than say like the live stream of the CrossFit Games.
Yeah, why can't
If you
they
actually
make it like
watch that,
that?
that's boring as fuck to
Yeah.
watch because there's a bunch of heats. You realize very quickly that you're only interested in 6 people. You know what I mean? That's people are like, oh, the CrossFit Games, and they want to go to the thing. I was like, you're gonna go watch a lot of people compete who you don't want to watch, and they're all doing the same thing. People do something for 30 minutes, and then a new group comes out and does something for 30 minutes over
and
over.
really, it's a competition between the top.
5, and especially in
4.
strongman,
Yeah.
4, maybe 5,
And it doesn't. The 30 minutes doesn't look as cool as the 5-minute video that Rogue makes on
Exactly.
it. Like,
In
So-
mega slow motion
Yeah.
with people's heads exploding.
So what I think they should do, because we've built a
We're clearly the experts on
Rogue.
this. They're paying us a lot for our
Yeah.
consulting
So if
services.
If Rogue takes this advice, I'm assuming we'll get a kickback. But what I think they should do is actually, sponsor and do the live stream, do it well produced, get somebody with a little bit of character who's interesting to fucking commentate on it while it's going on live. Maybe not. I think the British guy from Giants Live would be the guy. Him and a guy who knows less about it. Just a color guy.
He could just be telling me like someone's tying their shoes. I'd be like, why am I so excited about this? What's going on here?
He's here tying his shoes. But then have, but do the live stream. Let it run. When it's going on, it's going to be live. Have it be something people can click back to during each block, each heat or whatever, and then I would say within a week or two, have it condensed down into a, TV style segment, like 44 minutes in 22-minute segments, just of what actually happened that's important. And you don't show the people that aren't in the mix. And you can have a very highly produced 1-hour piece that you could then maybe actually sell to fucking ESPN.
Yeah.
Or just release it on your own YouTube because there's value in that because it's Rogue's own advertising. So if ESPN pays them $1 million for it, but Rogue would be willing to pay $1 million for the own exposure, it goes on their own YouTube and they're fine.
Yep.
So and they can hustle their own fucking products in between the deal if they keep it on their own platform, and it just would make sense.
And I think the biggest thing is like that will do good for strongman, like for getting people excited about the sport. Like I remember being a kid, like being homesick from school and seeing strongman on TV and thinking that's really cool. And that was what, 20 years ago, almost 15, 8, I don't know. However old I was when I was in third grade. But I don't think the filming has really changed that much over that time.
Yeah, the video quality
when
is
the
the
rest
same.
of the world, the filming of everything has changed. Like you can go on YouTube and find anything, however boring it might be, and someone's filmed it in a way that looks really cool and gets you excited. And so if someone's going to do that, Rogue is going to be the ones to make it cool. And, maybe that'll start getting more people, more eyes on it, and cooler things happening.
Yeah,
More money.
More money.
More money.
It's all more money. Yeah, I just think that, like you said, though, the quality has not changed.
Hey, it's
not entertaining to watch.
Their intros are usually, it's
The
like,
fucking worst.
yeah.
Yeah, and if Rogue can have some say in it by like, maybe we should just put it downtown Columbus. Yeah, we'll get a crowd there even.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so I think that's a big win. You suppose Rogue will still have the same involvement in the Arnold then?
I would think so.
I
I assume this
can't-
year
yeah.
for sure, but
I don't
that's
see how
I
they
would,
could.
I would
already
hope
done.
that they would just want to be then the
They just do
sponsor
everything.
and media arm of the sport of strongman,
Yeah.
which is kind of like what they've done with CrossFit
CrossFit.
somewhat.
Yeah.
I liked that they were working their way into the powerlifting stuff via the Arnold last year. A lot of their equipment stuff is, with all their calibrated stuff now has been rolling out. Like they're getting there with some of that. I mean, they're not fucking stupid. I think they need to have a little bit into every one of those.
Yeah.
So. But no, I think that's a good thing for the sport. I'm interested to see how it goes. Yeah, I don't know. Speaking of that type of stuff, though, did you see Hafthor's fucking deadlifts?
It
This
was
week?
a lot of them.
I still
Well,
don't.
how about his abs though? Before we even talk
the
about that,
fuck?
can we talk
Yeah.
about more important things like his abs? Because also his abs, each one of those has to be like
Yeah.
the size of like a softball. I just
Yeah.
assume like.
Yes, definitely.
When you see most people with abs, it's like, yeah, there's an ab and then there's another ab below that. But just the sheer size of him, those things have to be like,
The size, each one is like,
yeah, like you could probably just
He's got like 6 of our Massenomics flex flasks on his abs.
yeah.
Basically, they're enormous. All right, let me see if I can find it here. Give me a second. Talk about his abs for a little while.
Okay,
here.
so yeah, he still has them. Last time I checked,
And,
did he ever squat
they're-
1,000 pounds?
Not yet.
I think it's more just because he hasn't decided to though.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So first off, here's the abs. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're not watching on YouTube, you should just
Each one of those things
definitely follow Thor Bjornsson.
It has to be like
Instagram.
a loaf of bread. Each one of those things.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So he's jacked and large, but his fucking is it back? So this is his deadlift. Let me see if I can put this through the feed here real quick, just because it'll really drive it home.
So he's going to do 826 on the bar.
826 on the bar.
And this is calibrated,
Calibrated
plates.
plates. I wonder what bar he's using.
Probably a, I'm gonna guess like a cap barbell thing that you would get from Dunham's.
I would assume.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. That's probably right.
All right, let me see if the sound will work
And he must
here.
be listening to Slipknot.
You would assume.
La Clota. Yeah.
There's
Rep
one rep.
Looked pretty easy.
Ma.
Rep 2, maybe easier.
Mera.
It's kind of the same every time.
Hike, come on.
There's 4.
Yeah.
Still pretty much just looking like the third. And
Siete,
5.
come on. Yeah.
Just a little bit
Damn.
slower. No hitch. No, nothing.
No,
Perfectly.
no touching going or
clean.
anything like that.
Those are clean.
Yeah.
That shit hurts my feelings.
I see he's wearing SBD knee sleeves as shin guards. Thick Nick said that he ordered a pair of the red SBD knee sleeves when he came through.
We were literally
Yeah,
just talking
yeah.
about this, and I don't even know if it was a week later. It might have been 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
They come through with the
Yeah.
red knee sleeves.
Yeah.
Giving the
they're-
people choices between black, almost black, and red now. So
Yeah,
I'm assuming they listened to the
I was gonna
podcast
say,
and picked
they
up
must-
on that,
They
though.
must have. They're like, that is a good idea. Why have we never thought of
Those
making
guys
them in red?
Also, did you know that he has a game?
I did not know that.
He has a cell phone game called Thor's Power, the game.
Nice.
You have to train hard and eat your food, but not too much, or you'll puke all over the place. Remember, your energy and power levels will affect the 3 mini games you can play. Download and play for free. Thor's Power.
Thor has like 1 million followers, doesn't he?
Yes, 1 million.
1 million.
Yeah. So he has, like, Brian Shaw probably has a fourth of that, I would guess.
I would assume,
like,
yeah.
3-in-1 action adventure retro style. Train your body strength. Head out to destroy your enemies and save the day. Play to get gold, get reward chests, and unlock new costumes.
Hey, he is smart thinking ahead with this app
Whatever
thing.
Yeah.
it takes.
I
Yeah.
can't imagine there's too many people in the strength world that have their own app.
no,
Not related to programming, that is.
that's true.
That's fucking bananas, though. So 826 by 5. What do you suppose? Have they announced events at the Arnold this year?
Yeah.
Do you remember what they are?
The bag is one of them,
The bag
where they throw those bags over the bar.
over the thing.
There is an atlas.
Well, my
That's
opinion-
because it took the gym world by storm this year, right?
Yeah, because, everyone's got those bags in their gym now, just like Mark Henry thought.
They buy these like crazy, except they're not for sale.
There's a
Well, the other thing I like about that event is it did take them about 90 minutes in between events to set that.
Well, that was
shit up.
half as long as the other event. set up.
Easily. God, I would tell you what, they need to. I still think that we have more volunteers than they do.
Yeah, and the Australian oak is not an event this year. There's no log
Neither
press.
is the bale.
No, I don't think that is
No,
either.
no log press at all.
Nope, no log press.
Any
the,
overhead press of any
yeah,
kind?
Dumbbell
the
bag?
dumbbell, the sear,
yeah,
the
that's
sear dumbbell. That's the 274-pound dumbbell. That is in there.
Is that in for reps then, or are they going
yeah,
heavier?
that's for no, because it's like a special, like that's a.
Because they had gone up to a 302 though.
Yeah,
For the dumbbell.
but this
when
like
it was
isn't a
for-
load. It's like
That's the one.
yeah,
is the
it's
thing.
like the sear dumbbell or whatever. There's 2 Atlas Stone things. There's going to be like some sort of normal Atlas Stone thing, and there's also a Atlas Stone shouldering event. But if I understand it right, there's also like a regular Atlas Stone load of some kind too,
Interesting.
which that's cool. I'll be excited to see that. What else? There's something I'm forgetting that. I can't. The deadlift. And I think it might be the elephant bar deadlift
Cool,
again. Yeah.
cool.
I
I'll be
can't
interested to
picture
see
them
that
wanting
this
to
year.
get rid of the elephant bar.
That's pretty iconic
deadlift,
for
yeah.
Rogue.
Yeah. Plus, it's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah.
I think that for what it is, like that looks cool. There's no reason to truck tire this one up.
Right.
I don't like
no,
when a
no.
strongman competition normally has a straight deadlift. It's kind of
It's like, it's a powerlifting meet. You
yeah.
know, that's
but
what someone would say.
this looks pretty dope. I mean, all those stainless steel, like it's a fucking pretty cool thing to
Yeah.
see.
I don't know. Like the log press to me wasn't that exciting that last year in relative to some of the events.
No, and the
So I'm
bale
not-
tote was always so heavy. It just,
Yeah.
and it just didn't move very far. So
No.
while it's
Or at
bananas
all, maybe
carrying
even.
1,500 pounds, like, listen, they're going 4 meters.
Yeah.
like it's like I get that that's, and I'm sure it would fuck my whole world up to even try and fail to budget, but it's just not that great to watch. Yeah, heavy or not, 15 feet is not.
Right. And that bag over bar thing was pretty fun to watch.
was
Like when
pretty
it got
Once they got going,
yeah.
it's the get going thing with it.
That'll be good. I'm interested to see what's in the final, what they
Yeah.
move to the final. whether or not we can skip that. The final is basically if we don't get the access to where like we can all get in there for free, there's no fucking way I'm
How
spending.
much was the?
It's like $55 for each of
That's
us.
a lot.
Tommy, as the photographer,
I sat
gets like
maybe
the
I was
dopest
like
seats. You
I
were
don't
like
know
5
if
rows behind Arnold.
I was 5 to 10 rows directly behind him. Like I could see the back of his head, and it's like, yep, there's Arnold having
Yeah.
fun. I'm like, hey, none of my friends are here to enjoy this with me.
and we are in the worst, literally the worst seats that you could get, and collectively had spent like fucking $500.
And on top of that, like I'm surrounded by other photographers, and from what I could tell, just the little bit of small talk I tried to make with them in downtime, they didn't know a thing about what was going on.
They were just there to get pictures.
They were literally there to get pictures. A lot of people, you could tell what they were there for, whether it was like the men's bodybuilding or like the women's physique thing, because as soon as a certain event got done, they packed up their bags and they were out of there. And I know by the time I left, when my row started being almost full, there was no one around me. It's like, oh, that's kind of lame.
I would say probably that this year, if we do get in, even if it is free, we will see the bodybuilding pose off, come up with our own conclusions, watch the strongman final. And
I
then
just
piece
want to see
fuck
the
out.
strongman.
And then piece the fuck out.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the only part. So you were sitting where you were very close. You were sitting where you were very far away. I was somewhere in between.
You got floor seats,
I was somewhere in between the two, and there wasn't a person within like
Oh, you were in the middle of
50
nowhere.
feet of me.
Tanner,
And I was
the
just
whole
kinda
time I'm
sitting
sitting there, I was like, but we all had press. Why is there a different classification for me than Tanner? Like, I understand Tommy being close because you guys take pictures,
But
like,
mine wasn't that
me and Tanner
classification.
and
Mine was
Sean's-
some other.
Me and Tanner and Sean's were just like, nah, fuck y'all.
yeah.
And now that actually talking to the guy, I think that probably we could have just requested ahead of
Everyone
time
to
to
have
adjust
that.
those credentials.
Yeah.
Or you could have just walked down there, because I don't think
Well,
anyone
like I
cared
said,
at that
there was
point.
like 25 seats on each
Well,
side.
no,
of me.
I did kind of ask that ahead of time. I was like, dude, can we? Is there any sort of? But I think at that point maybe they hadn't been around us enough to realize that we're not weird. They're like, I'm not gonna.
But-
And I think
let
you'd have to
you
just do it like without permission. Just go down and be like, "Oh, sorry, didn't know I couldn't be here."
get my credentials ganked for the fucking foreseeable future.
There was parts of that show though, like me being in there by myself and it being really dark and like going through like the brunt of that, like all the
Weekend.
physique and stuff, and
were just
where I
like,
was like,
there's a bunch of
dude,
small people
well,
on the
no,
stage.
but I'm like gonna fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, like
Well,
I'm.
plus
If
it
I didn't have to
was-
pee so bad, I would have been tired at some point.
Plus, it
too.
was like 2.5 days
Yeah.
of fucking like
Walking.
excruciating,
Yeah.
Crazy miles
packed
every day,
craziness. That was actually one of the peaceful moments. Was being so far away from the stage, pretty far away from a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I could go and get 2 beers for $22 without a big crowd. But I'm pretty stoked. Did you guys buy your flights yet?
I need
bought
to do
mine.
that.
I need to do that.
Well, yeah.
I don't know why I haven't. I actually meant to do that this weekend, so I need to do that.
You want to
like,
hear me
tomorrow.
rant about our Airbnb bullshit this year?
Sure.
That'll be a fun little story to share. So, last year we had really good luck with our Airbnb. You know, it was a little pricey, but not a big deal. It was nice. It was far, but it was still kind of walking distance. It was a lengthy walk, but
It wasn't bad to
refreshing.
get a little
Yeah.
walk. We never weren't on our feet much that weekend.
Yeah, it's
so.
not like we were walking for all day long, but it wasn't bad.
No, it was actually pretty decent.
But then, so this year I found a place kind of a similar location. Booked it again, pretty pricey, and then a little bit later, the person renting it sends me a message. Oh yeah, they had the price entered in wrong, so it's going to be like another like $250 a night if you want to stay this, or I'm going to cancel your reservation. And I fucking come unglued on the guy. I was like, I am not in the least bit interested in tolerating this fucking bait and switch bullshit.
Which seems
You
to be
listed
Airbnb's
it. You
thing.
listed it at a fucking price. You fucking know you listed it at that price, and then now you just decide like you did that so that now you have someone who's interested in that place, and now you're gonna be like, take the money or fuck off.
I'm
Pay the money,
surprised
fuck-
there's not something
Well,
built in that they can't do.
I also
not do
can't
that.
fucking figure out how to fucking report him. I have to go through the actual simply contact Airbnb thing to report this guy because it's fucking bullshit. And the thing that pisses me off is that's the way they protect. Hey, you can cancel if something comes up. They can cancel. If I cancel, I paid him. I
cost.
paid him fucking $1,200 that moment.
Yeah.
If I cancel that at any moment before 7 days before the fucking event, they will refund me 50% of that money.
Right.
And they can cancel.
He can cancel it up until 7 days. And that happened to me 2 years ago at the fucking Arnold. I go there, and we rented the Airbnb, again, already expensive. And this lady, like 8 days before we're going, cancels on me. Well, do you know how many places are left 8 days before? There's none. There's nowhere to stay.
Yeah.
And so we were fucking screwed, and we got lucky that we found a spot.
Why isn't there some repercussions built in for them? Like,
Oh
for
my
doing
God,
that,
it's
you know?
fucking bullshit. So I'm gonna when I get who I need to contact with there, I'm gonna bitch because I'm like, you know what doesn't happen to me at a fucking hotel or doesn't happen to me with Expedia, the people that you're competing with, is that when there's a price and I click it and I fucking pay the money, they don't fucking say, hey bitch, double down or fuck you.
Yeah.
And that's the reason. And like, listen, if you don't sort that out, you will never be as legitimate as a regular ass hotel, because I can still be dealing with a scumbag, and you need to fix that shit. And I was fucking pissed at this guy. And so there was about 3 or 4, and he's like, well, I don't understand why you got to be so hostile. I was like, I don't know why you got to be such a bitch. And like, I'm not gonna fucking take this shit. Like, I'm not paying you anything. You can cancel the reservation and you can eat shit. And I hope you have good luck swindling the fucking next guy, because I will not do the bait. It's not a bait and switch. He goes off, and I was like,
Well, why did he want? Why did
I
he
literally
cancel it?
sent him the definition of a bait and switch. Like, if you look it up, copied and pasted it to the fucking guy, because I'm like, you enticed me with a low price, and either by switching the product or increasing the price, that's what a fucking bait and switch is, you fucking moron. That's what you were doing. Well, no, it just listed it wrong. No, you listed it wrong. That's your fucking problem. You know, McDonald's advertises in front of the whole world 99-cent McDoubles, and I go to McDonald's and I don't get a 9. It's a problem, right? Like, well, you told me it was 99 cents. You told me it was $400 a night. So fuck you. So that's my Airbnb rant.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Chris from fucking
Columbus,
Ohio can eat a whole plate of dicks. And then the problem was there was about 2 other properties near the same area. They were more expensive than that one, but I was going to simply rent them because fuck that guy. That guy also is the one like renting them out. So I'm like, God damn it, Chris. So he ain't getting my
Crusher of
business.
dreams.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I just want to go there and eat that bomb ass Polish food. down
That's
at the
what
fucking
I want
market.
really
I've been
bad
craving
too.
that shit.
The Polish food.
Well, we'll be close
Fried
to that no
cheese.
matter what.
No matter
though,
what,
right?
we'll
Yeah.
be going
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I'll be eating that shit every day. I'll be farting up a storm.
Yeah.
My digestive system is just stoked for all that sauerkraut.
Yeah. have you guys seen these?
Oh yeah, let's talk about this.
Now
Was that the
is-
last of the content we had to cover?
I've got something else, but we could probably just table it
All right,
because
that's
it's not time
So,
sensitive. And,
listeners, you're gonna have to stay
and
tuned.
this can't wait.
No, this cannot wait.
Let's talk about this here.
I don't know what the best way to.
Display them. Well, this is gonna be gnarly, so I'm gonna have to point this down. If I
We
tip it.
have right here in our own hands 3 bomb ass stickers.
Yeah,
Definitely.
the bombest of bomb ass.
These stickers are Massenomics, the logo, the one we all come to know and love on red.
Red on red.
We
baby.
also have the beloved lift sticker, seen by
World famous.
seen by lifters across the world, mostly elite lifters of all kinds.
and at least elite Massenomics fans.
That's right. And then making more of an appearance now, the Massenomics Huge Life sticker,
I think it's gonna be the next big.
and
next big
it
thing.
looks good.
Yeah, this is because this has the
bubbly.
bubble effect.
Yeah, the
on it.
bubble effect. on it
These
that I love.
these stickers are made of vinyl, so they're great for all weather.
High gloss.
Some
4 mil
people
white
some
vinyl.
people would consider this like a bumper sticker, but I think this thing's too good to go just on a bumper.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should put it in your windshield.
Yeah.
But,
like in the
Like
middle.
7 or 8 of them,
These
right in your
things-
line of sight.
These things are available on the website. If you order something
selling
from
a-
us, they
we're
might
se-
even
we're-
just
we're
pop
selling a
in.
3-pack on the website.
Yeah, 3 packs for sale on the website. They might
might
just
get-
show up in an order. If you're a lucky person.
One might slip into each order.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But they're
The
high,
more you order, the more stickers you might get.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think they need to be all over the country
Yes.
on everything. They'd look great.
I agree.
They look awesome.
Which one's your favorite?
I think the Huge Life is probably my favorite.
Huge Life. I mean,
The lift,
the
is-
lift one is so. We've seen it so much.
Yeah.
But we're sleeping on it still. It is
Yeah.
really fucking sweet.
Yeah.
And it's actually like I'm gonna actually put this on each one of my. I have like the Yeti style can koozies. Have
Yeah.
you ever seen those? So I'm gonna put this on there, so it's gonna look like the can.
I'm gonna put
Yeah.
mine right here.
Right in front, right in front of your flex flask.
You know, it complements it pretty well.
Yeah.
They go together pretty naturally.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it right there.
And also in the store,
Yeah.
we have some more little goodies.
Yeah. It's been there's been all kinds of additions. So we've got this logo now in a banner.
That's the
Oh,
Lift
yeah,
logo.
yeah.
The Lift logo is available in a banner, so you can really deck out that home gym, personal space,
living room.
child's bedroom,
So it's-
office conference room.
Color wise, it's gonna match this sticker exactly. It's a white background with the dark blue and gold.
Full
and
color
red.
Lift logo.
Yeah.
And that thing's what, about 3
3 feet tall by 2 feet wide.
So
And
it's not
got-
so obnoxious that it won't
No.
fit in most places, but it's kind of that big movie poster size. It just
Yeah.
it looks good.
I mean, if it's too big for your place sucks.
We've got a few of those in inventory now, but quite honestly, I assume we're going to sell out of those and have to buy more. So if you want one of those, I would check as soon as you can.
Yeah.
If you actually do want one pretty quickly, I would order one pretty quickly because we will have to sell out and restock them.
Yeah. And then we have one final product.
Yep.
And this one is a little bit more of a limited edition because it's probably not going to get restocked. If it does, it's probably going to be a year from now.
Mm-hmm.
But we also have the Lift sweatshirt now available. And that one is a by popular demand thing. People have been
Yeah.
asking for that for a while, and it's a good quality sweatshirt. Not those big garbage bags that you're used to with a lot of sweatshirts, but it's got
Not the one that's super tight on the bottom either.
yeah, that
Right,
tight rib
right.
on the bottom. No, this is
It holds up to, goes right up to your belly button only.
Yeah.
make sure that you're always exposed.
Yeah.
No, this thing, it fits good. It's got that classic crew neck styling, so you don't gotta, when you're in the gym squat, you don't gotta mess with that hood or when you're benching.
Sleeves are long enough.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
sleeves
Waist
are
is
long.
long
It's
enough.
It kind of has the long rib sleeve
long
and
cuff.
the long
Yep.
cuff waist thing.
Yep.
Not necessarily tight, but just like the long hammer rib to it. or
Covers
whatever.
the butt crack, covers the belly.
Yep.
Yeah.
It does look good. It's a comfortable sweatshirt, and it fits fairly accurate to size. Like it's not like on some sweatshirts you need to order like 3 sizes larger for it
Yeah.
to actually be a comfortable fit. And my experience from the samples we've had and stuff is that it's actually
Yeah, like I wear a 2X shirt.
Yeah.
And normally in sweatshirts I got to wear a 3, and this will
Right.
be a 2.
right.
Yep. But this will be a limited edition thing. So
Yep.
at this, we are going to run a pre-order for it. At this point, of you guys hearing this, the pre-order is probably done. But you're not going to want to sleep on that. You're definitely, if you're interested,
Yep.
gonna want to get to that checkout right away.
What's that? What's the color? It's like a
I believe it's actually called Blue Moon.
yeah. So it's a little bit different color than our the normal Weekend Warrior T-shirt. A little bit
Just
different
slightly.
color.
It's a shade. I'd say it gives
Yeah.
it more of a retro vibe, even though.
The sweatshirts almost has a retro vibe even too. It's got
Yep.
like this
That
V
stitching,
pattern
yeah, that V stitching in the
to
front
it,
there.
and that was my wife's comment when she saw it. She's like, "I like that. It reminds me of like a kind of like a retro sweatshirt that you'd see."
Yeah,
I dig it.
real classy.
Yeah, classy.
The classiest.
Yeah. So buy that.
Or 2 or 3 or 4.
Really as many of them as you can afford. If you
This
need
is the time of year you're gonna want that.
if you need to take out a loan, look into it.
Yeah,
Christmas is coming.
we will support your bad habits
Yep.
or good habits.
So, well, I think that's going to have us about wrapped up for today. Tanner's drinking from his Flex Flask right now as we speak.
Oh,
That looks delicious.
Now that's good water. I've never quite had water as delicious as I just did out of this Flex Flask right here with our world famous Lift logo.
and those things have been really popular.
Yeah,
We've actually sold out of them a couple of times, so
Yep.
you're going to need to get on those quickly. Otherwise, you may go to the store and they may not be
we
available.
got more coming right now, so hopefully by the time you listen to this, they are restocked and you can get any size or any pattern and color here.
Yeah.
But don't sleep on it.
Yep, 6 different styles. Get yourself all 6.
Yeah.
Well, that'll kind of have us about wrapped up for today. Go to Massenomics.com. There you're going to find the store. That's where all this super cool shit we've been talking about can be purchased. Also, while you're there, you can check out all our articles, videos, plus all of our archive podcast episodes. Make sure you go to youtube.com/Massenomics. Subscribe. Tell a phone, tell a friend. Make sure you go to Facebook. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. We tend to push most of our articles and stuff out there first. That's a good
We
way
had
to
an
keep
article
yourself
this
in-
week, even too,
We did have an article this week.
of our each of our favorite cheat meals.
And Pizza Ranch had some input, Tyler. Did you
Yeah.
see that?
I noticed that Pizza Ranch, like,
Which
not
means they had to have read the
so
article.
that was the deal. So
Yeah.
you just hashtagged Pizza Ranch.
Well, and I tagged Pizza Ranch.
Which
Like,
I- did you actually
did and I tagged Wendy's, and I tagged Coors Light, and I tagged
I kind of
Kraft
thought
macaroni
Wendy's,
and
since
cheese.
they seem to have their social media game on point,
They
might
do,
go
yeah.
a little hard in the paint
Yeah.
on that one, but they didn't. But so Pizza Ranch chimes in and says something along the lines of like, "Oh, thanks a lot, Tyler." Blah blah blah.
It doesn't only have to be a cheat meal. We also have a salad bar.
Yes, and
Yeah.
so like,
It's all about balance.
Yeah.
yes. And so the interesting thing was, though, is like they would not have known that my name was Tyler, and that I was the one who said Pizza Ranch unless they had seen it, read the entire article.
Yeah.
So props to Pizza Ranch. on
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, someone definitely doesn't have much going on over there.
Well, they're doing their social media game right. So props to Pizza Ranch.
You're probably listening to this now. I suppose you're.
I would assume.
Pizza Ranch is now a lifelong follower. So
We will take sponsorships too.
I'd
buffets.
definitely
Listen,
a
if
Pizza Ranch
we got
sponsorship.
lifetime Pizza Ranch buffets, we would
would
all
not be a good investment.
I would be on the road to 400 pounds, and y'all would be super heavyweights in no time.
I would be sick right now.
yeah,
I would eat 2 meals because I am cheap.
Yeah.
So I would certainly eat 2 meals a day there.
yeah.
That
I'd
would
do
get-
some. I'd do some damage.
Yeah,
to,
that'd get
to
pretty
everything.
greasy.
Oh, they do have a salad bar.
It's all about balance.
Also, while you're at the website, you can scroll to the bottom of the page. Please sign up for our newsletter. There we tend to push out new products. We also throw in a few coupons and stuff like that. If you want to be the first one to find out on a deal or anything exclusive, being a member of on our newsletter list is pretty much the way to go. If you have any business stuff you'd like to contact us with, shoot us an email at getbig@massenomics.com. Things like sponsorship, send us money, giving us hugs, mostly giving Tommy hugs.
I'll take the hugs.
Tommy takes the hugs. Me and Tanner send us the money.
I might have to clear that with my fiance first, though.
yeah, it's a case by case basis as far as the hugs go. Money, however, we'll just take.
Yeah.
All of
No
it.
questions
No
asked.
questions
It
asked.
can be dirty money.
Dirty. Don't even care. Long as it's legit. So, well, thanks a lot for listening, everybody. I think that'll do it for us today. You can find us all on Instagram. I'm Tyler. You can catch me at Tyler F. and Stone. That's Tyler EFF Stone. Tommy
You can find me at Tomahawk_D.
and Tanner.
The Massenomics Instagram page at Massenomics.
That'll do it. So thanks a lot for listening, everybody. We'll talk to you next week.
You just heard the Massenomics podcast with your ears. You're welcome. Check us out on Facebook, find us on Instagram at Massenomics, and make sure you visit Massenomics.com and buy some of that sweet Massenomics gear. From your friends at Massenomics Studio, home of the world's strongest podcast, stay strong.